Hello, everybody. Ziona here, back again with another Warcraft Rumble PvP oriented video. Today we're going to be going over everybody's most hated deck to play against, the Maiev Unbound. We're playing the stock standard Maiev Unbound deck, the one that sees the most success in competitive play, and it runs a cost of 3.0. It is a very fast cycle deck, and as you may know, I placed this deck on my tier list under Dumpster Fire. This deck is exceptionally bad if you do not know how to play this deck. It is actually exceptionally hard to play properly, and in my opinion, for its win rate, I feel that the deck is far too difficult to play properly, but played really well, and I'll teach you how to do that today. This deck can be meta relevant, especially during this PvP season where the map is extremely long. You're going to be seeing this deck a lot. So if you want to pick it up, get those free cheesy trophies, cheap, unfair wins with this garbage deck that I can't stand. We're going to go over it today. As I said, it runs a cheap cost of 3.0. It's pretty standard, the way I like to play it. We've got our Unbound in Maiev, obviously. She's going to drop in cost from 6 for every Unbound that you play, so she has to be centered around Unbound decks. When we do get her talent, we are going to be taking Enveloping Shadows. That's going to hide our troops, allowing us to get 1 or 2 more shots onto tower where we can. This deck, it's exceptionally important that we count enemy gold as we play. We want to control as much resource around the map at the start of the game because this deck has to take negative trades. You have to throw your cards into the enemy base, and you're going to be killing your cards, and they're going to counter push. That is why this deck is bad. We need to win the game very, very fast because all of our gold is just going in the trash can every time we throw it at the opponent. And anybody worth their salt is going to know how to defend against this deck, never overcommit to a lane, and deal with you. So it is hard to play, as opposed to most people you're going to see who are just throwing their cards at the enemy base, hoping they win. That is not how this deck is supposed to play. So that's our first Unbound in Maiev. We've got our second Unbound in Safe Pilot with Stealth and Ambush. Obviously, it's going to be used against air threats as well as into enemy face. We are taking Defias Bandits for 1 with Picklock because we're going to be using him to grab our own center mid chest for that extra 2 gold because we need as much expendable resource as we can to win this game fast. We've got our tank Unbound unit that will be distracting tower with Quillbore. We're taking him Tunnel Vision for the fast deploy. There is no real other option. Suppose you could go Bramble, but not nearly as good. We want the fast deploy. Our main unit, frontline tank, also another Unbound in Earth Elemental. We take Obsidian Shard. That is also our only option. And here's where the deck can spice up a bit, is these last 2. I like to run Whelp Eggs with Explosion, the Flame Burst, and Holy Nova. That's going to allow our cards those extra little hits on enemy base because we can heal them, allowing them to get 1 or 2 shots that might win us the game. But if you don't like that play style, these 2 cards are exchangeable with Worgen and Execute. So that's your option. I prefer Whelp Eggs and Holy Nova. We take Holy Nova with the Amplify Magic just for damage. But by all means, Worgen Execute is not bad as well. Same cost as well. I believe Execute is 3. I'm almost 100% sure. Yeah, so same cost. That's the deck. In a nutshell, I'll show you when we jump into some PvP here. Controlling the map is what this deck wants to do, as opposed to just going face like every noob player of this deck does. We'll show you. You want to take advantage of that early game map control. We need to count, as I was saying, we have to count opponent gold. We need to know how much they're spending and when we can commit for a push on enemy base. When they don't have the gold and resources to defend, maybe they have 6, 7 elixir pushing down a lane, we're going to want to drop everything we can, distracting with either Quillbore or preferably our Earth Elemental, and then dropping the DPS on the other side. So we're going to Holy Nova to get rid of that. Doesn't look like we're getting this. Do we commit? We commit. Screw it. We're going to get our Viner going off to the right. All right. So as much early game gold as possible. See how we're controlling the map? We're going to take this. We want control of everything. Very important. All right, so Quillbore is going to connect. Ooh, that was a good drop from him. We're just going to let him throw all of his stuff out here. So you see how much gold he's committing to defense, right? We're going to let that crash. We don't want to waste too much. We don't want to sit on max gold here. He's pushing very slow. It's kind of annoying. All right. We are still looking good. Nice and slow, nice and slow. He's commit a lot of elixir so far. We want him to commit more before we really make a showing here. See how he's just safely dropping his abominations on base? It's because he knows what he's supposed to do here. He doesn't want to commit too much elixir. But here we go. This is our first big push. And that's it. Right onto base. That's game there. Easy peasy. So you see how I don't just throw everything at their base at the start of the game and pray I win. It's very important that we control the map. It's hard to not sit on max elixir because you do have to wait for your opponent to make a play. Sometimes you will be sitting at max gold, but such is life. We'll jump into another one here. Gonna just quickly claim this little chest I got. All right, let's jump into another one here. That guy he did have the right idea playing as slow as he did, but his problem was that he's playing Thalmos way too high in the lane, allowing me to murder it. His abomination wasn't going to be able to hold that whole base. So at the start, we want to try and get their chest as fast as we can, preferably with a Quillbore. But we don't have anything, so we're just going to let it go. I might just kill this. Yeah, that looks like a good trade. Beauty, beauty, beauty. Okay, we're doing good. So now we've got... See, we have our guy distracting tower while we got all our DPS threats in the bottom. Looks like he's just going to give up. Oh, actually, he's playing a Unbound deck too. Free win, boys. There's no way he beats us. We've got way more elixir in his base. GG. I did not expect an Unbound deck from him, to be honest, since he wasn't playing Maiev, but maybe he was playing Maiev and I wasn't paying attention, but I didn't think he was, so I thought he had a Grom deck, but we'll play another one. These games are very fast. I want to try and show off the how we should be playing the early game, how we should be controlling the map. Never just throwing stuff into their base when we don't know how much gold they have. So we got a Charlga. Should be a nice easy win. He's level 7. He's got much higher level cards than us. We go Quillbore here, take their stuff, drop our miner to the right so we can quickly grab that. And let's get some whelps to take this right-hand side. All right, we're sitting max elixir. We're just going to... Ooh, he's got a level 8 there. This looks good. Distract, kill everything with that. Here we go. Deep, deep. He's commit way too much elixir. We're going all in. And there we go. As simple as that, boys. What's he going to do? He has no elixir to defend this. And you see, he's got level 7. He's got level 8 cards. Right? You can take advantage of higher level opponents with this deck. No problem. No problem. See how he's throwing all of his elixir down mid like this? That's not how you play against this deck, because you're leaving yourself open to this nonsense. Easy clap. That wasn't too bad. I'm playing at low trophies right now. I don't expect people to know how to deal with this deck. But as you hit into like the 4K trophy range, people are going to destroy this deck, honestly. It might look impressive here, but it is not the world's greatest deck. We'll do one more, because these games are very, very fast. I want to see if we lose to an opponent who plays proper defense. If you find yourself playing into a Maiev, a lot of time they're just going to go face. Literally all you want to do into a Maiev is try and get your center gold without committing too much elixir, at least your close chest, and then just sit at your base and defend. That's it. You just want to defend and then hard push with what's left. Looks like a bad opening hand. Jesus. Well, he's committing some serious elixir, so we go face here. But we gotta try and defend. It's looking good so far. We want to start controlling the map. Alright, so we've got about half of their base now. He hasn't commit any serious elixir yet. We distract. We're taking mid chest here. Just get ready to Holy Nova. Alright, we crash everything into their face. That's game. GG. Simple as that, boys. Counting your opponent's elixir, knowing how much they've spent, knowing when you can attack, and when you can't attack, you're taking what you can across the map to deny them gold to catch up. Very simple. It looks easy. It's actually quite difficult to play. But this is your Maiev Unbound, guys. If you want to abuse it, because it's very good for this season's map, it's going to be a lot harder to deal with than on a shorter map. This is the deck list. I hope you guys have a good time with it. If you are a big fan of Maiev, this is quite literally the only viable deck that she can run, aside from switching these for Worgen Execute as well. Just a little bit different play style, but similar. More about map control, less about going face if you're going Worgen Execute. But thanks again for watching, guys. Hopefully this was informative. Enjoy the deck. Good luck with it. And keep on rumbling.